first task in location sketching is always to choose a location. And I thought these couple of trees in the center were a nice focus for a sketch that really would be quite narrow compared to this view that you can see now. So this is the third location sketch I've done in 5 or 6 days. And I thought this would give me a good chance to build on what I think I've learned in the last one. And I'll show all three of them at the end, and you can see the progression in my thinking and I think in my development of what I'm able to draw based on that thinking. Always important to critique our drawings at the end, and I think you'll see the value I've had from doing that at the very end. So it's worth going there if you get a bit impatient with the progress. You can see that it's a dull day, so the shadows are fairly light. This is the spot that I sat on. That's the other important thing. If we don't take a portable seating arrangement in some way, I sat right where my sketchbook is there. I drew this half copy paper size. This is an A5 size drawing, so it's relatively small. And here's my first take of that scene, and you can see that what I've done is I've just tried to establish some of the closest things and the position of some of the major elements. And here we see it again just in the center, but as I said, I'm not drawing that Y-shaped dark trunk. I've cut off in before that. So here we have another look, and particularly looking at the ground. And you can see here now I've done some more elements of the grass. The foreground is really important in drawing, and particularly in location sketching. It's easy to miss it, but if the foreground comes close to us, it vastly increases the depth of plane that we have. And you can see here now I've added some largish grass clumps. Now I'm about to show you the focus on the grass in the video, because this grass, while it's not thick clumping grass as we get in this local bushland, it is actually quite an important part of this scene at the moment. We did have a burn off through here for fire reduction 18 months ago or a couple of years ago, and so there's a lot of new growth that's happened, and so we have a bit more grass that's a bit greener poking up around here. And capturing that is an important part of this scene. It's just as important to get the ground level things correct as it is to place the trees and the larger elements. And now you can see a better view of the foreground things. And the clutter, the sense of clutter, is an important part of the Australian bush. The spikiness, the busyness of it. So I want to draw that, but I have to simplify it, because otherwise there'll be such a tangle of ink and lines and marks that we won't be able to see what anything is. So see what I'm doing? I'm establishing my closest elements, particularly where elements overlap. And once I've, in a sense, put those on the paper, I can do the things that sit behind. You can see now that I've added some hatching for the tree trunk. I'm going to add a lot more before this is finished, but I wanted to start to get a sense of the values of the main elements so that I can then adjust some values in the foreground. And we have some rocks, we have some fallen large twigs or small branches and whatnot. There are different elements, as well as the grass and leaf litter, that I want to find marks for and create clarity to see. And despite the fact that it's fairly overcast, I can see some shadows on those rocks, and at different times the sun has come out towards the end. It gets actually quite bright, and then it gets overcast again. And you can see past these trees, some trees that are still closer to us, but now as we go a bit higher, we can see that darker spot now, which is actually on the other side of a creek, and it's quite a big drop down to the creek. And that dark space is going to be quite important for my finished drawing. Well, that's what I'm thinking at this point. So again, this is what I'm looking at as I draw. And now, what am I showing this for? I'm focusing, on the upper part where we see these eucalyptus leaves quite clearly. In most cases, the leaves are so close and so small that we're really seeing the effect. But these larger ones at the top, because of the closeness, because of their size, because of the shadows, we see them in more detail. So we draw them in more detail because that helps the eye when someone's looking at our drawing to understand what's happening, and then to be able to presume that with the foliage that's not quite as close, not quite as clear. It gives us the clues we need to understand. And if our brain understands what we're looking at, it will then join the dots for the things that aren't as clear. And a little more work on the foreground again, establishing some darker values. Because now as I work through that background and go over some of the parts I've already done to make them darker, I'm going to be adjusting the values I do off each other. I'm using 4 pens for this, a 0.3mm pen, which I used at the start, then a 0.2, a 0.1, and a 0.03, which I used for the fine hatching for the far side of the small, what do you call it, valley, canyon? Gorge seems too grandiose a word. And so you can see now I've added some more hatching for the lower part of the midground and the background, and trying to work out, is this adequate? Stopping and looking before we fill every gap of white paper with ink, or before we go over all the light bits to make them all as dark as each other, is really important in this sort of process. And now I have my finished drawing that I've put where I was sitting, and just having a look at it. What do you think? In a moment, I'll compare it with my other two. But at this stage, I was certainly feeling pretty happy about it. There are a few adjustments that I would make if I was still drawing this in a studio, but I've decided to leave it as is, as a location sketch, and not add to it at all. I think it reads quite well. And you can see that darker area that I did, only I dropped it a bit lower than in the photo, than how it was in real life in front of me. I just thought that read a bit better. So here's the drawing back in my drawing room with a bit of light on it to just see it all a bit more clearly. How do you think it's turned out? I think I'm quite happy with this. So I'll show you now what I did the previous 2 days, and you can see the progression, that looking at each drawing, considering what didn't I do very well there, or what did I do well that I would want to repeat, and then doing another similar drawing fairly soon to see the benefit that can give to our focus with each successive drawing. And here's the one I did a couple of days ago. Similar scene, but a shallower depth of field, but a lot of similarities. And then here's the one that I did a few days before that. Lots of things I do like about it, and lots of different marks for the different things, but all in all, it was too cluttered, and it was hard to see exactly where one item, one element started and finished, and it was also particularly difficult, except perhaps for the very front on the left-hand side, to see the sense of depth that was in the scene in front of me. So this one gave me a lot of focus for that one that you've just seen. And here it is again. Please hit the like button for me if you're finding this helpful. G'day, I'm Stephen Travers. Hope this encourages you to do some location sketching in a natural setting. But whatever you choose to draw, wherever it is, however you draw it, make sure you have fun. I hope you have as much fun as I had here today. See you next time. Bye.